Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this session we see how we can detect the outliers in the dataset. So first of all we understand what do you mean by outliers. So do remember, outliers are the data points that differ significantly from the other observation in the dataset. जो outliers है, they are the different values which is specified in the dataset. Its value that is much higher or much lower. Outliers, either the value of the outlier is much higher or it will be a much lower value than the rest of the dataset. Suppose we take an example of the age. Suppose we have a column in the dataset age. The most of the customer age lies between 25 to 60, but there is a one value which is 100. So this is a value which is not in the range of 25 and 60, so we can say that it is an outlier. In the same way, this is an higher value. We can have a value like the 10. So this is a value which is very lower. है ना, आउटलायर्स आइदर हायर होगा या फिर लोअर होगा. सो 10 इज नॉट लाइज बिटवीन दिस रेंज, सो वी कैन से दैट इट इज एन आउटलायर. सो आउटलायर आर very dangerous in the data set because it will affect the accuracy of your model. So how we can detect the outliers? So this is a formula to detect the outlier. We first calculate the IQR, that is your interquartile range. So this is a range, and IQR is a range which specifies the normal values. Interquartile जो रेंज है उससे अगर कम होगा या ज़्यादा होगा, it will become an outlier. So IQR measures to detect the outlier. IQR क्यों निकालना है हम लोग को? So that we can detect the outlier. This is a formula to calculate IQR Q3 minus Q1. What is Q3? Q3 is a third quartile which is to be considered as 75 percentile. The value below which is 75 of the data. So in that comes under the Q3. In the same way we have a Q1 first quartile. So in first quartile we consider 25th percentage, the value below which is 25% of the data. So these are the two values that we have to first calculate, Q1 and Q3. And Q1 and Q3 को हम लोग subtract करें, we have to subtract it and we get the IQR. So how we can find out the lower bound, that is your Q1. So this is your formula, Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. Then we have a upper bound, right? Next we have a upper bound, as we can see here, that is your Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR. So basically these are the formulae that is used to detect the outliers. So let us take an example. We have a data. This is my data. Okay. Now in this we randomly choose a Q1 and Q2. But do remember, for Q1 25% होना चाहिए percentile, and the Q3 is for 75. So as we can see here, we have a minimum value 5 and the maximum value 25. So accordingly we select the Q1. So suppose Q1 I have selected as 8. We can say that 5 to 8 is 25% हो जाएगा. Then 18 से 18 तो 5 to 18, when we calculate 5 to 18 it is considered as 75%. Okay, तो यहाँ पे Q1 and Q3 ले लिया हमने. Now we calculate IQR Q3 minus Q1, so we get 10. Next step we calculate the lower and upper bound. So lower bound का formula यहाँ पे है. We have this formula Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. तो Q1 is 8 minus 1.5 into IQR is 10. So now we solve it, we get minus 7. Now upper bound क्या आएगा? बोलो Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR. Then we solve, so we get 33. So any value outside the minus 7 and 33, it is considered as outlier. Now we start with the Python implementation of outliers detection. So just log in into Google Colab, right? Outlier detection, just rename it now we first import the library, import numpy as np. So this is a library that we use. Now we define a data equals to, now same, I'm using the same data 5, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, then we have a 18, 21, 25 and 45. So this is my data. Next we create a data and we convert this data into np.array. So this is a method. So data will be converted into array. You can change the name of this variable also, right? You can write data1 or data set, you can write anything. Okay, now next we find out q1. What is q1? So as I told you, this is my first lower bound, and then we use a percentile method, and यहाँ पे हम लोग दे देंगे 25, and in the same way we find out the q3 के लिए, right, we give a 75. So this is the method percentile which will calculate the lower and upper bound. Next step we find out the IQR. The formula is Q3 minus Q1. So this is the formula to calculate the IQR. Next step we find out the lower underscore bound. You can give any variable. So the formula to calculate the lower bound is Q1 minus 1.5. Now Google Colab is giving a hint also. You can just press the tab and get this hint. Then IQR, right, यही था. Now for upper bound Q3 plus आ जाएगा, right, 1.5. Then detection of outlier is the value which is lies between the lower bound and upper bound. So as we can see here, अगर suppose the value in the lower bound and the upper bound, right, इसके बीच में नहीं है, तो it is considered as an outlier. So as in the theory we find out the 45 is an outlier because it is not lies between the specified range. So we execute this code first. Just wait, it is running. Now it is connecting to the Python 3. It will just first time it will take some time. Just wait for the some time. So as we can see here, the 45 is an outlier because it is not lies between minus 7 and 33, right? वो range था ना, -7 and 33. So we consider this as an outlier. So I hope you understood this session. Thank you so much.